Space tech is the frontier of the human race, and companies are racing to own it. Today, BlackSky rocketed up to $28 a share, proving that space isn't just science fiction anymore. It's big business, as we know, with SpaceX. And let's jump into BlackSky. Let's talk about what this means for the future of space commercialization and what we got going on here in this massive surge. So we do have to disclose some long-term positions in BlackSky. In fact, we're up about 118% on a position there and over 300% on Rigetti. That one's roaring. Along with AMD was up 25% today. What a day for the tech markets. We see some really good growth on BlackSky today. Look at that candlestick from about 22 bucks a share up to $30 nearly today. This is a really big recovery. So as we've watched BlackSky, for the longest time, they were consolidating from left to right. We saw them consolidate from, basically 2022 all the way until, what was it here around January? And I think we caught a really nice surge on BlackSky in July and then held it all the way through, and we're still holding it. And you can see now it's up to about 28 bucks a share. If we look at some of the levels here, you can see that support, that resistance, kind of breaking out, reaching some new levels here. We were looking for this initial 10% swing, and then we see it continue up. Last we covered it, we were looking at this resistance at $25, which it ended up breaking out of recently. And we see today it surged to $29.45. So we see another 17% climb on BlackSky. Now it's in a really hyper bullish trend right now. You could see this pretty strong indication. It's going to be making higher highs here, holding above that blue EMA, pulling back just a tad here. But as it's made its way up into this previous resistance we saw back in July, it is getting rejected now, just a slight rejection here around $28. So we got to watch this level, as that is where it's slowed down just a little bit towards the end of the day. And we'll watch it tomorrow at market open. I don't imagine we'll see that much of a correction. I doubt we'd see an 11% sell down down to that previous support. But you do have a previous resistance or even a nearest support around 27.90 that it might be playing with here in the next day or so. So BlackSky, what's going on with the company? Why is it doing so well? There's a lot of reasons why they've had some momentum lately. And it's not really entirely financial. We've seen from the investor side, they have this AI-driven satellites technology where they're tracking, in this case, oil tankers. They could be tracking airports. They could be tracking humans down on Earth. They got super high-tech satellites that they're launching with Rocket Lab, and they've done many missions with Rocket Lab. And I'm curious, how is everybody doing today? What stocks are you watching? What do you think of this AI-driven space tech? How many of you guys hear AI-driven space tech and you go, what? That's crazy. And some of you guys hear it and you're like, oh, I've been watching this for years. I'm curious, who is looking at space tech right now from a beginner mindset? Who is looking from a seasoned investor? What do we got in the comment section? I'm going to go ahead and open up the live chat just to get another perspective on what's going on in the chat, the live chat here. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. How's everybody doing on Monday afternoon? What a green day for the markets. We do see some momentum with BlackSky, and that's why we're double covering it today. And you can see that they have their secure decisive advantage, tactical edge. They're tracking airplanes, heat signatures. And then when we look at the news over on Rocket Lab, you can see that they've had some missions, let's see, upcoming or missions in the past with Rocket Lab that have launched. You could see some BlackSky missions, for example, right here with Rocket Lab that previously launched in June, and they've been launching really for a few years. So Biggie is here. Hey, what's going on, Biggie? Shanto is here. Elvis, what's going on? Redwire and CTM. Shamil says, Redwire. Yeah, Redwire's been on a run recently. We could definitely do some more coverage. I love to see, there's quite a few comments there on Redwire. Johnny says, thoughts on Planet Labs. Been watching it since around $7. Johnny, Planet Labs is really similar to BlackSky. BlackSky specializes in satellite imagery for defense contractors, defense companies, and they use AI to read what's going down on Earth or what's going on. And Planet Labs is really similar. They're almost the same in that they have some defense contracts, that they have this tech that is satellite driven, and they're really similar companies. Really similar companies. You're watching it since around 7, so we could take a look. Robin says, "What's up, Will and everyone?" Hey, Robin, Neil, Tyler, what's going on? Or Ramel, what's the opinion on Webull? A lot of great ticker symbols. Ion Q from Explorer. Alex says thoughts on Redwire. So Redwire is definitely some conversation. I would love to cover it, as we are covering some space tech right now. So again, just to overview, last thoughts on BlackSky. BlackSky has seen more growth from the financials. They did have increasing revenues. If you look on the annual basis, revenue wise, you see 35 million, 60 million, 200 million, 250 million, 400 million. You can see they're increasing year over year by about 78%. So revenue is up and net income is down just a tad, but you see the balance sheet is up as well. Sorry, my dog was barking quite a bit. So 1.18 billion in assets. So they're seeing their market cap do quite well. So when we're looking at the holders of BlackSky, you definitely see this level of institutional investment that's been higher than normal. Their institutional ownership's up to 56%, and JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and others are invested. So a lot of activity there with BlackSky, and that's why we see it continue to surge. We have seen levels up to as high as $100 a share back around IPO. Now, fair value actually is somewhere in this range, and we kind of talked about that, targeting this level for quite some time. So it's good to see us hit that return on BlackSky, but you do see now uncharted territory. Do we see a move getting up into unprecedented levels? Or if we were to get rid of all the levels, we just take a step back and look at the trend, what we're seeing here is kind of an uptrend like this. Okay, and kind of an uptrend like this. Kona, my German Shepherd dog, she is whining. You want to whine into the mic for all the people? It's so great when you whine. So good. So good. Okay. Go outside. So yeah, we got BlackSky now at highs. You can see the RSI and the MACD look overbought. Correction would make sense. We did see some corrections already. From end of day, they corrected down about 5%, and now they're down to 28.30. Could we see more corrections? Potentially. They are at a resistance level as low as $19 a share. Maybe, maybe not. We continue to hold our long-term positions on BlackSky, and we'll continue to do that regardless. But we do like to trade it. Short-term trades, won't be entering any short-term trades on BlackSky because it has reached the levels we've been looking at for a while, and we're up. And if anything, we'd want to hedge against our position a little bit, keep those gains that we got. So won't be entering any short-term trades at the moment on BlackSky, as it is riskier than profit packed, if that makes sense. Profit packed would be kind of back when we started covering it here, or even back here around that $6 to $15 range where it was just a few weeks ago. But yeah, now it's made that move. So excellent stuff on BlackSky. Now, when it comes to Redwire, we could jump in real quick. Redwire has been one we've covered for a while. We've been watching it around $7.50 a share. The financials have looked really favorable. We've seen it stair step up and make that 40% gain. So good to see that. So we've been covering it and investing it here for a couple months, kind of just waiting for that move to play out, which we did see play out here. And they're making their way back. So definitely at this level of $11.50 is a resistance. If they can break out above 11.50, so nearest support level is about 11 bucks. If they could break out above 11.50 Redwire, you're looking at next level is going to be right over here. So you got a previous resistance level, kind of see and make that out. You see that level of resistance here around 13.30, a couple times back in May. Support level, support, previous support oftentimes acts as a resistance. So you're probably looking at that next range. Now, again, watching for it to hold that $11 price point, which it did today. And then if it can hold $11, next target is about 5-7% increase up into 11.75. We'd like to see 11.75 actually act as a support level. That would be what you'd look for in a breakout, and that potential continuation of this move that would be about a 15 to 20% gain continuation there on Redwire. So on a short-term trade, I mean, we don't touch our long-term positions. We'll continue to add to the positions. But on a short-term trade, you do see that level there at around $11 acting as a support level. So we're going to watch there with Redwire. One thing to consider about Redwire and why we cover it so much is because they're partnered with defense companies. They're partnered with Big Bear. And one thing to note too, I was just on a call with our team regarding Mercatus, because we've been adding some really great new features with this. We just added a community chat actually, where you can have a chat with any stock that you have pulled up. Right now it's giving us an analysis via OpenAI. Boom, there it is, Redwire. Looks like a projection of about 10% over the next 6 months, next year, potentially up into that $12 to $13 range, according to OpenAI. Over the next week, though, slight corrections potentially on Redwire, potentially down that $11 range. Why is that? Well, couple reasons. You do have the government shutdowns recently, and when we look at the government shutdowns, you'd be surprised. The returns are great during government shutdowns, according to the data and what we're plugged into here with our analysis. The data on the government shutdowns historically has been that the market returns positive. Now, when it comes to defense companies, the longer that the market or the government is shut down, the longer the government is shut down, the harder it is for defense contractors to turn a profit, because there are no contracts usually that are going to be signed during that government shutdown. No government contracts will be impacted. So the government shutdown specifically, not so much on the technology sector, but specifically on the defense sector, is going to be a little bit higher impact. Okay, so that's what we see happening a little bit, maybe on that next week, slight downtick potential. I would imagine that's some of the reasoning here. We can open up Grok and see what Grok has to say. Looks pretty similar, but Grok is actually projecting on the next day a potential pullback down here into below 11 bucks, and then potentially up here in the next week of back to the green for Redwire, which I think would make sense. When we look at the levels, you do have it up and soaring to this $11.50 price point, and we see it kind of pull back down. And so again, watch that $11 support. That's key. If it can't hold it, next support $10. But if it can hold it, we're looking for that move really to bounce back up into that $13.50 range. So we're going to continue to watch Redwire, as it's been a pretty good stock lately. The financials on Redwire look fairly favorable. Their revenue has been increasing. You see more revenue each year. Revenue's up 24% year over year. Their net income dropped, but their balance sheet surged and flipped. You can see in 2024, they actually had more liabilities, more debt than assets. Then it flipped over here. You can see in the next quarter, this last quarter, they came in with $1.5 billion in assets, and was greater than their market cap was. Now, of course, in the last 5 days, we've seen them go up 30% on Redwire, and look at that, my birthday, 11/22 is there, 112299 is there. So you see them get up into those levels, 30% gain, and you got annually they're seeing revenues. Now their market cap is starting to look more aligned with their current valuation. And I would look for them to stabilize a little bit above that. Between that $13 to $15 range has been where we've kind of talked about Redwire making it. And so far, it's been able to make that surge of about 45%. So we're going to watch Redwire more. So Alex is here. Thoughts on Redwire? There you go, Alex. Hopefully that answers your question. Eddie says Redwire. There you go. There's some answers. Elvis says Redwire CTM. We did a CTM video just yesterday. It was a pretty good breakdown. Nothing's changed there, but we do have long-term positions there as they are going into agentic AI and securing some government contracts that were larger than their current market cap is. $100 million contract. They're under $100 million market cap. So appreciate it. Shamil says Redwire. So we just did the analysis. There you are. Is there anything else on Redwire you need to know? I mean, defense company specializing in some really good markets. But this is the article that came out on April 8th. Redwire and iSpace US sign MOU to jointly pursue commercial lunar exploration missions. Now, this press release, we were actually there when they signed this press release. I was here behind the camera watching them sign this. And it was at the Space Symposium in what was Colorado Springs. It was a SpaceX sponsored event. I actually got a free pass thanks to you guys. Thanks for tuning in on the YouTube. They gave us a free media pass and gave me coffee and food and free everything and access to go see events like this. It was cool. So they announced that so anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for all of you guys. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. So you know that we've been growing so much this year. I think we've doubled our subscriber base in really, really short time, like a couple months, month or so, which is crazy. I think one of our recent videos, I said we were at we just passed 27,000 the other day, and we're at 28,000 today. So it's we're anybody that's new here in the family, appreciate you all. If you have any, tech stocks, things like that, tickers, always drop them. If you got any questions, things like that, always drop them. I appreciate you. But anyway, $2.6 billion in contract. They are one of the 14 prime contractors on that deal. So they're going to be one to watch as they got some more contracts probably coming in. Partnership there with Big Bear AI as well. So we're going to watch Redwire closely. But ultimately, wanted to give you guys a breakdown on BlackSky. Q's, what's going on? Jonathan, good to see you. Data Vault, we'll have to take a look. Super J. Hey, Dave Weber. AMD's performance, you've been crushing it. It's good. Yeah, AMD, man, we've been talking about it. Searching for the reasons that I didn't. We expected data centers. But if you go search AMD stock, you'll notice some of the links that come up are our videos on Starlink. I think Starlink is part of the main reason why AMD is doing so well. But also that OpenAI contract today was big. Super J, Tyler, we'll have to check that one. Solo Slick. Yeah, interesting. Digital exchange traded products. Okay. Nathan, APLD next. Yeah, Nathan, I appreciate it. I would love to cover it. I do have to roll here as I got an early flight in the morning. Eddie, thanks for tuning in. 11:28, Eddie says. Okay, so we're on the same page there. Chuck, thanks for tuning in. What's going on? And Johnny, thoughts on Lunar? Yes, long term, yeah, we'll have to look at the short term. Here in the near term, and AMKR, Jim Jam, appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I do got to roll, but again, appreciate you all. If you would like to tune on into our daily live sessions, we are there at Market Open, trading these companies daily, Monday through Friday. You get access to the community. We have tracked over 27 millionaires at this moment. think we might have added one this week. I have to see. I still have to call our customers, as I tried to call all of our customers, or investors, I should say. And if you ever want to tune on into the daily live trading, you can. It's the second link below. We got a sale there for lifetime access while it's available. Some people don't like subscriptions. And if you don't like subscriptions, you should probably grab lifetime access while it's still there. And you'll get a free t-shirt. Would love to send it over to you and see you at our market open session. You can see our entries and our exits and what's going on. I will see you guys in the next one. If I earned your thumbs up, smash the like button. Do consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.